Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ironhide City with another video review, and this one is actually also a birthday present. So, courtesy of my good friend and fellow YouTuber, Rex the Extreme Werewolf, this is the video review for Transformers Generations Kingdom Core Class Dracodon. Took me a minute to say that right. So this is Dracotron. He is from the War for Cybertron Trilogy's Kingdom toy line. And I just received this as a present today, literally, like a few minutes ago. So, and I was already ready to love this guy just from online photos, and this really, really looks cool. Like, he looks menacing, especially in the package here. So as you can see, we have a very nice shot of Dracodon in robot mode and his Dino mode. I think that's a Velociraptor. I'm not really good with my dinosaurs, but I'll probably ask my brother about that. Anyway, he is WFC K number 22. And just overall, just a really nice figure. So, on the back here, he goes from robot to dinosaur in 14 steps. So, let's go ahead and take him out of the package and get him off of the card. And I figured I'd do an unboxing video for this figure. And the one time I didn't ruin a card or a Transformer package that much. Wow. Got something else in here. Oh, and this right here is like, I believe, like a little stand, but that's going back in the package. So yeah. All right. So here are the contents of this package. We have the figure itself, his whip, I believe that's a whip, the instruction manual, and this thing, which is kind of a, I think it's a warning thing. Yeah, like, it says here, warning, choking hazard. Small parts, not for children under 3 years. So I'll put that off to the side. And continue on with the review. So we're going to go ahead and actually free this guy from the package. And this is actually my, believe it or not, my third Kingdom Transformer ever, and my first time owning this particular figure, or anyone in this mold. And he looks really cool. So I'll put him back there for a second. Actually get this out of here. That's his whip. I'm going to call it. Now, seeing this guy kind of makes me want to buy the Kingdom release of the character of Dinobot from Beast Wars. Sadly, though, I have not been able to get one for a good price. So, if anybody knows where I can get a Kingdom Dinobot for a good price, let me know in the comments, please, or put a link to where I can get that figure in the comments, please, because I'd like to know. So, here are the contents. We have the actual action figure itself, which actually looks really good. We have the whip, or sword, and the instruction booklet. And this is actually one of the more clear, meaning more understanding instruction booklets that I've seen. Ah, right here. It shows from robot to his dinosaur form, and it kind of looks like Dinobot, almost. Interesting. And please ignore the barking please ignore the barking downstairs. I don't know what my dogs are barking about. Probably dinner time. Anyway. Yeah. So, let's get to the review. So here we have Dracodon in his robot mode. Now, as I said before, this figure looks good. This figure looks good. I take that back. He looks fantastic. And I got the figure open, and I was ready to love him. I'm already ending up enjoying him. I'm enjoying him a lot. I cannot contain my love for this figure. Now, before I put the whip on, I'm going to talk about posability. Nothing in the head. He has ball joints in the shoulders for a very good range. He has a ball joint for a bicep and an elbow. No waist joint. At least I don't think. Nope. No waist joint. Ball joint in the hip. Bend at the knee and is nice and tight. And a nice tight ball joint in the foot. Which actually leads me into my next pro with this figure. He is not top heavy. He is not top heavy. I mean, he has nice big feet and really nice heels. So now I'm going to go ahead and put his whip on. Yes, I said that right. Whip. And I prefer to actually put it in his right hand. And just, he looks menacing with this. Like, this design and figure this looks menacing. And in a good way. I love this figure a lot. And sorry, I'm adjusting my lighting a little. So, for a quick comparison, here is Dracodon next to Core Class Optimus Prime. And yes, instead of Legends class, these are now Core classes, which I believe they just lost the rights to Legends class. So yeah. And next to each other, I think Dracodon is slightly taller. Now, transformation for this guy is complex, but on the fun side as well. So, to go ahead and to transform him here, we are going to start by removing the whip and putting it off to the side. And then there is this part here that we flip 180 degrees around. And it looks like it can actually store on his back here. Ah, there it is. And apparently I am failing to get that whip in there. Unless... let's see. Sometimes I have to check the directions. So remove whip. So yeah, here we go. Bring this down and put the head in. Next, we're going to bring this head part up and around, which will take this original head and tuck, and it will tuck into the chest here. Next, if the head is, or actually, yeah, get the head up like this, right here. Yep. Let's see. Sometime, oh, there we go. I think I just figured out the next part. Okay. All right, next up, we close this flap. Oh, sorry. Close this and close these two flaps. Which will give us the dino head. and then take his arms and fold them in, and they'll peg in. There are pegs right there, and they go in right here. Like so. So, come on. Come on. There we go. And bring the arms, the dino arms down. And they peg together like so. Bring the dino arms down like I've already done. Bring these bits down, forming dino legs. Plug in the whip. And believe it or not, we're done. That is the transformation for this figure. Now, believe it or not, this transformation somehow, or this dino mode, somehow makes me think of Cybertron Scout class Undermine a little bit. Because he was a green dinosaur as well, like this. And so is this guy. And just, this guy looks cool. He looks really cool. So, I'm putting core class Starscream up here. Starscream on the turntable as well to give you guys a good look and size comparison. Personally, of these two, or actually of the three, counting Optimus, I kind of prefer Dracodon a little more. I kind of like Dracodon the best so far. I don't know who else they did in this size, but so far, Dracodon is my favorite. Then Optimus. And then Starscream. So overall, and of course, he does have a little bit of articulation here from, or in his little dino arms, just in and out. And then the robot legs are the dino legs, of course. So, overall, as you can tell, I am really happy with this figure. And, seriously, this figure has turned out to be, like, almost perfect, actually. which is pretty rare for some figures. Some figures have a few flaws, and some are good figures, some not so much. But this figure turned out really good. Actually, I take that back. I think it got great. Seriously. And right now, the only real negative I have about the figure is I cannot figure out how to get this on his back in robot mode. It's saying that it can, but so overall, I'm going to give this one a very, very strongly recommended sticker. Seriously, I know I give that a lot during these reviews, but this one, I mean it. I'm going to give this one actually a near perfect sticker. So if you see this figure, if you see Dracodon, I almost said his name wrong again, pick him up. I mean it. So again, a huge shout out to Rex the Extreme Werewolf on YouTube for picking this figure up for me. I will have a link in the description below to his channel. He does some excellent reviews as well. So go ahead and check him out in the description, and please tell him Ironhide City says hello. So this is Core Class Dracodon. I'm Ironhide City 17. This one is totally recommended. Very, very strongly recommended. In fact, buy me. That's what he's gonna say. Buy me. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And like. And do not forget to comment either. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.